Albert and the Eadsman by Marriott. Edgar. On young Albert Ramsbottom's birthday, his parents asked what he'd like most. He said to see Tower of London and gaze upon Anne Boleyn's ghost. They thought this request were unusual and at first to refuse were inclined. Til Pa said a trip to metrollopse might broaden the little lad's mind. They took charrybank up to London and got there at quarter to fower, then seeing as pubs wasn't open they went straight away to the Tower. They didn't think much to the buildin, weren't what they'd been led to suppose, and the bad word Tower didn't impress them. They said Blackpool had got one of those. At last Albert found a Beefeater and filled the old chap with alarm by asking for Ghost of Anne Boleyn as carried her neath her arm. Said Beefeater, you ought to come Fridays if it's Ghost of Anne Boleyn you seek. Her union now limits her output and she only gets one walk a week. But, he said, if it's ghosts that you're after, there's Lady Jane Grey's to be seen. She runs around chased by the Eadsman at midnight on Old Tower Green. They waited on Green till near midnight, then thinking they'd time for a sup, they took out what food they'd brought with them and waited for Ghost to turn up. On the first stroke of 12, up jumped Albert, his mouth full of cold, dripping toast, with his stick with the oars's handle he pointed, and said, here's the ghost. They felt their skins going all goosey as Lady Jane's spectre drew near and Albert fair swallowed his tonsils when the Eadsman and all did appear. The Eadsman chased Jane round the grass patch. They saw his axe flash in the moon and seeing his poor lass were heedless they wondered what next he would prune. He suddenly caught sight of Albert as midnight was on its last chime as he lifted his axe. Father murmured, we'll get the insurance this time. At that, Mother rose, taking umbrage. She said, put that cleaver away. You're not cutting our Albert's off, yon collar we're clean on today. The brave little lad stood undaunted, till the ghost were within half a pace. Then taking the toast he were eating, slapped it, dripping side down, in his face. Were a proper setback for the Eadsman. He let out one owl of despair, then taking his lady friend with him he disappeared, just like that, there. When Pa saw the way as they vanished he trembled with fear and looked blue, till Ma went and patted his shoulder and said, "'Sall right lad, we saw it too. Some say 'twere the drippin' as done it, from a roast leg of mutton it came, and as Eadsman had been a Beefeater they reckon he vanished from shame. And around Tower Green, from that moment, they've ne'er seen a sign of the ghost, but when Beefeaters go on night duty, they take slices of cold drippin' toast.